All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fishing accomplices, good morning and welcome back to Fishin. So yeah, I'll apologize, it's been a little while. It is May 4th, 2025, and you guessed it, it is opening day of Fluke season. And I might be making a tremendous mistake by trying to go fluke fishing, but that is what we've got planned today. Yeah, South Shore bays, certainly a lot of options. Could have just went striper fishing either today or yesterday, but I decided I would go for it, give it the old opening day, you know, shot, see what happens. A few things against me. The weather's going to get kind of nasty, so I have a relatively short window, which probably isn't a bad thing, considering this might not go well. Weird tide, and I have almost no gulp, so I thought I had some, but just got a little distracted and forgot to check the inventory. But we got some other options, and this time last year it wasn't necessarily gulp that did the best for me, so we're going to try and make it work and hopefully make some good content for you. So thank you for staying tuned as we get some fishing accomplished. All right, so yeah, I don't have a lot of gulp, so what we're going to start off with is what was working well for me at the beginning of last season. This is a Elias B Fishing mini Mackinaw shad. I'm going to dabble with this for a little bit. I'm going to probably dip it in some Procure or swipe some Procure on it, and we're going to just try and go as light as we can. I do have some non-grub gulp. You know, I got the shrimps, I got jerk shads, and I do have some little minnows as well from when I was trout fishing during the winter, but don't have any grubs, so perhaps it was a mistake to even try this without them. But like I said, last year I didn't find the grub, particularly in the early season, to be the one-stop shop that it is later in the season. So let's challenge ourselves. I'm just happy to be on the water. I have been fishing for the last few weeks, even months really. I never really stopped when from winter until now. It's just decided not to make videos just because A, the sessions were just not that exciting, or B, I just didn't have it in me to make one. But I'm hoping this is us getting back on track, if this even is going to be video, so hope for the best. All right, let's see. First, let's see if this Procure is even usable. And then let's see if we still got it. Here we go. That's more like it. Slather that on there. We got some nice tide right now, so let's try and make the absolute most of it. It is a wind against tide situation, so we are a little rusty, but we can make it work. There we go. First fish of the year on the kayak. Feels like a good one. That feels like a net-worthy fish. Maybe not. Nah. But it's a fluke, and we're happy with it. That's what I'm talking about. First fluke of the year. Alright, well at least we didn't come all this way to get skunked. I'm happy about that. First fish in the kayak 2025. This reel's acting up a little bit. It's not big, so it doesn't really matter. Works for me. All right, well, we got some kind of pattern that works, which makes me happy. Reel's acting up a little bit. I haven't been using this one as much during the winter, so shame on me for just bringing it out without really questioning it. But we got backups. We got even I think a setup that's probably more appropriate for this. But yeah, this light, small profile stuff early in the season I have found has worked well. So question is if we can find a keeper. I'm pretty confident we can if we put the time in and can do it before the tide bottoms out. But why guess when we can make it happen? This isn't a good fish. This reel needs to be. Of course. All right, we're gonna give the Stratic a little bit of a break because it's acting up a little bit, and I don't want to chance something really bad happening if we get a large fish. So fishing a lighter setup, which I think is probably more appropriate for the weight of jig we're fishing. This little Daiwa BG 2000, a lot of fun with really light tackle. So as long as we keep it light, we shouldn't have any problems. Do have a light leader on here though. I probably should have switched it off, but we're not really horsing anything, so I think we should be okay. If I lose confidence, I'll switch it up, of course. That's a fluke. A lot of fluke around. A lot of fluke around. This one's better. 6-pound test leader too. Maybe I should up this. That's not bad. That's worth him. I don't think he's big enough, but worth a shot. Close. That might go 19. I don't think so though. I think it's probably like 18. Yeah, this isn't a trout, so let's not be an idiot about this. Probably like 18 and change. Yeah, 18. Good sign though. All right, well, we've definitely established a good pattern, and I almost certainly should not be fishing with a 6-pound test leader, but yeah, what's a little challenge, you know? So let's go hit that drift again and see if we can stick something even larger. That's a good sign. 18-inch fish. Haven't been trying too hard. Only problem is this tide is going to shift pretty soon, so got to make it happen while we still can. But I'm confident we can make this work. A little better. That's a much better one. Actually, anything's much better than what I just caught. That might be a keeper. Yeah, we'll dip the net for that one. That's number one. First keeper of the season on a 6-pound test leader. Heck yeah. We are back, baby. That's no doubt a keeper. It's like we never stopped. Almost ripped right through him. All right. Keep me honest though. I'll measure him. Don't worry. All right. What do we like 21 and a half. Sorry, my ruler's trash, but that's 22. It's like 21 and a half. Easy. That's the way we like to see it. That might make ceviche out of you. Sorry, buddy, but you are the first victim of 2025. All right, baby, we are back, and I can't think of any way to celebrate this other than our first seltzer of 2025. And you heard that. That is glass. We are getting fancy today, folks. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this because I bought this at a Polish deli. Thought I'd be drinking it a lot sooner than I am, but it's seltzer review time. And fishing review, excellent. Best opening day I've had for Fluke, I think, ever on the kayak. Let's do a seltzer review now. That is some real crisp seltzer. It's plain. I'm not a big plain guy, but I figured I don't think that this is something that I would find or encounter, and I'm always trying to keep it new. So Nabaglavi seltzer, very crisp. If you like plain seltzer, this is kind of delicious. It's not really my jam, but maybe if I put some lime in this. Very crisp. The bubbles are just like fantastic. I give it a 9 because we're having a good day, and let's share the wealth. So yeah, thanks for checking this out. We're gonna hit that drift a few more times while we have the tide, and hopefully that's not the end of it. So let's give it a go. All right, here we go again. Back on it. Oh, not under the chair. Please, not under the chair. Dang. One thing you might notice is when I fish with this kind of presentation, I'm not giving the fish as long to take it. Basically, the second I feel them on there, I'm setting the hook. And I'm doing that for 2 reasons. One, this doesn't have as much flavor as Gulp. I am putting Procure on, but it's more topical rather than impregnated. And second, this is very small, and I don't want a small fish to swallow this. So I'm going to try and safeguard that as much as possible. So for that reason, being a little more quick to set the hook, and hasn't been too much of an issue yet. I know I'm going to miss a few fish because of this, but I think it's the lesser of 2 evils. I mean, a big fish will get this immediately. It'll be in their mouth, and I prefer to keep it out of their gullet if we can. All right, drift is slowing down a bit. So is the bite, but let's try this at least one more good long drift before we start moving around and exploring. I'm not going to do a ton of exploration today just because I don't have a ton of time, and it's a far from ideal tide situation, but I am willing to look around if I completely lose the bite. And it's definitely a bit slower than it was probably 30 minutes ago. changed our leader back to a 15-pound test. Probably not the wisest thing to fish a 6-pound test leader for Fluke. One of them did snap me. So that experiment is now over, but we're still fishing mini Mackinaw shad, so no gulp. They're biting again. Now the tide switched to starting to move in. That's not bad. Not bad. That's a nice fish. Not a keeper. Boat traffic is definitely picking up. I guess now that it's like half decent out, maybe there's been a forecast change that's making it look nicer. I don't know. Surprised how quiet it was early morning hours. It's like no one even thought to go fishing until right now. Sundial. Been a while, Sundial. Got some worms on you. Down. GoPro battery died. We got a good fish. Of course. Good fish. Good fish. Oh wow. Yes sir. Choked it. Take that. Well, didn't get it all, but we got a good amount of it. Let's get out his chin. All right, I'm pretty sure that should keep, but we'll measure him before we do any surgery. I'm guessing that's at least 20. Let's hope so, because he choked it. Yeah, he's close to 20. That's all that matters. Yeah, that was pretty wild. Was not expecting that fish to jump on the way he did, so that's 2. If we can get one more, we'll eke out a limit, which will be the first time I've done that on opening day. So let's see if we can try it and actually be ready for it this time. Let's try this one more time. Got one more thing I'm wanting to try, and then we're out of here. If we get a fish, we'll hang it out a little longer. All right. Well, that's going to be it for this one. I'm doing the outro in the car because it got pretty nasty out, both the wind and starting to rain. So yeah, it was a pretty good day for an opening day of Fluke. I think honestly it really helped that the water was quite a bit warmer than I was expecting. Shouldn't really have been surprised. It was very warm out the last couple of days, so you know, we were well into the 60s, and I think the fish were a bit more aggressive than they typically would have been this time of year, at least the last couple seasons I've been going. I was throwing those little Elias mini max. They worked pretty well. The only time I really struggled was when the tide went slack, but I honestly think that if you know, I did have some gulp, I probably would have tried it, just because I think they would have been more eager to hit it than in previous seasons where they kind of just were hit or miss with it. But I don't know. I did try a jerk shad. I did have one just to play around with it. And I did have quite a few grabs, but spits. But then again, that was during kind of the slack hours. So yeah, overall pretty good though for a season opener. They're certainly around, and I look forward to getting back on it. So sorry for the delay, and thank you for watching. Catch the next one. Goodbye from fishing.